Pale Matter presents Edge of the Forgotten. Edge of the Forgotten is a horror podcast series and may contain material not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Please see the episode description for content warnings and additional details. Episode 8. The Lone Blue Light.
It's an aberration, this streetlight. Intensely blue, almost violet, and painful to look at in a deeply subconscious way. Set amongst the trees and somehow perfectly spaced between the two nearest houses that back up to the road, the blue light unnaturally sucks the light from the surrounding area, making it darker than the depths of night. She drives by this spot several nights a week on her way home from work. It's an easy street generally. 2 lanes, tree-lined, rolling hills, with the backs of houses beyond the trees from the small older subdivisions that dot this area. A small bit of traffic flows during the daytime, but at night the street becomes quiet, still. Streetlights line the road on one side, spaced in such a way that each pool of light never quite touches the other. Here, though, in the lull of the hill, the light from the pole shines a deep, resonant blue. She has driven by this spot for several years now, and cannot remember when the light turned blue. Perhaps it has always been this way. It's not that she thinks about the light or even remembers it several seconds after driving through it. It slips from her mind as if it were the most nondescript thing. But those moments before, as she drives into the unnatural, darkened space, or as she's within its cone of light, it's all she can think about. It's all that matters in that brief moment of time. A time that somehow stretches out, where the world drops away and only she and the light remain. And then she's through, the light quickly fading in her rearview mirror. The light is forgotten once more. She's not an obsessive person, nor one to find many things particularly interesting. She lives a quiet life alone, without even a pet to keep her company. Sometimes she thinks she should be a more adventurous sort, to pursue lofty goals, or to stand up for important ideals, or to travel to exotic lands. But she's simply happy with how things have gone in life, and appreciates the simplicity she has around her. And so, day after day she goes to work, returns home, and briefly thinks of the strange blue light during those short moments that she drives through it. One day she reads an article online during a break at work that mentions something about defective LEDs in certain streetlights, making them blue or purple, and it gives directions on how to report them to the utility company. Each light has a number on the pole, this article says, a fact that seems so obvious but somehow surprising nonetheless. It makes her think of the light for the first time while she's not actively within it, and she wonders how often she's driven through it. She swears to herself that she'll pull over the next time she passes the light during the day, get the number from the light pole, and fill out the online form to report the defective streetlight. This does not happen. And each night on her way back home, she finds herself within that deep blue light, so absorbed in its presence that it's not until the light is in her rearview mirror that she thinks to pull over. Each time, though, she tells herself it's too far to walk or turn around, and maybe it's not so safe to park in the odd darkness anyway, and she'll catch it next time. She does not know how long this cycle goes. It is never a thought to consider until she is within the glow of the light, and then something forgotten once more. Until this one night. She has worked late, later than her evening shift normally runs. It is well past midnight, and even the wider, well-lit roads near her work are empty. She is not thinking of the strange light when she turns onto the road, but after cresting one hill, a hint of blue in the distance reminds her of what's coming up. And in the brief rational moment of anticipating the blue light, she remembers she should pull over and get the pole number. It'll be a quick thing, she tells herself. She begins slowing even as she summits the next hill, ready to roll to a stop at the bottom. There's not much of a shoulder at the side of the road. But her headlights cut through enough of the surreal darkness for her to carefully plan her stopping spot. With her focus on parking the car, the blue light above the lonesome stretch of road seems a secondary thought, and she even remembers to turn her hazard lights on and grab her phone before stepping out of the car. Now, in the full glow of the blue light, the reason for stopping slips from her mind. It all quietly slips away. She only thinks, blue. There is no road, no car, no row of trees or houses beyond, only blue. She feels the light on her skin, a low thrumming like the deepest bass, slowly penetrating deeper. Looking up at the light, her neck craned in what would normally be an uncomfortable angle. The intense blue should be painful, but she takes it all in, unblinking. It is calming. It is empty. It is blue. The rest of the night is a blur. As the first hints of dawn break the sky, her senses slowly return. She notices the other colors first, seeping in at the far edges as if some unwelcome thing. It is in that lucid thought that she realizes her awareness is coming back. It takes several long minutes for the blue fog of her mind to retreat, and it never fully evaporates. But she's conscious enough to know that somehow she stood out here all night. Forgetting the initial reason why she even stopped, she gets back into her car, ready for the battery to be dead. But her headlights are off, as are the hazards, and with the turn of the key, the engine fires right up. As she drives away, she can see the blue of the light still glowing, seemingly powerless in the growing intensity of early morning daylight. Or so she thinks. She avoids the road over the next few days, intentionally taking longer routes between home and work. But unlike before when she only drove through the light, now she can no longer fully get it out of her head. Seeing any blue or purple color takes her right back to the light. The navy blue of her company's webpage or the custom post-it notes on her desk. When at home, she finds herself sorting the colors of her clothes so that all the pieces in the violet spectrum are clustered together right up front. And she reaches for them each time she dresses herself. In quiet moments, she can even subtly feel the pulse of the light in her chest. It is welcome, peaceful. It reminds her of a home she has never had. And then she finds herself standing in the light once more, the dawning light of the sky bringing her back into consciousness and sudden confusion. She turns quickly this way and that, looking for anything to explain what has happened. She knows the road, the location, but her car is not parked nearby. How did she get here? For how long did she stand here? Her right arm twitches, and after a second she knows it's to the same pulse as the light as it thrums in her chest. Her eyes are fiercely dry and painful to blink, but she does so to clear her head and the blue fog clouding her brain. She glances back at the blue light once more, knowing more than remembering that she stood there all night, captured by its unnatural glow. The light is still on, but faint compared to the warming sky. She walks the mile or so back to her house. Not a long walk overall, though the road is a tad narrower than she cares for with a handful of cars that speed by. A thought occurs to her on her way home. Why did no one stop for her when she was standing beneath the light? The road is quiet at night, certainly, but not abandoned. At least a few people must drive by at night. Someone had to have seen me there. And she's right. There were a handful of cars that passed by her motionless form as she basked in the radiant blue light that shone from above, and not a one noticed. This sudden awakening plays out a few more times over the next few weeks. The jolt of waking up beneath the light, the terrifying realization she's been there all night, and the clinging blue fog that now haunts her throughout all her waking hours. And those daytime hours are a mess. Even when she's awake, she often finds herself not present, unaware of what's going on around her. When she does truly sleep, she dreams in blue, of an endless plain set in the deepest ultraviolet, with nothing in the distance, no edges, no horizon. This worries her more deeply than she cares to even accept. The inevitable pull, the overwhelming sense of comfort and peace, and the clear obsession that is set upon her. She tells herself that today, midday, in the full light of the sun, she will park at that light and get it reported. The utility company will come and replace the unholy light, and that will be that. Throughout the day, she almost forgets this plan several times, or suddenly wonders why she has her car keys in her hand, but she pushes through. While it's now later in the day than she had planned, the sun is still out for at least another hour or so, and she makes her way there. But there is no there. She parks near where she had that first night, in the lull between the two hills to the side of the road. The line of trees blocks most of the view of the houses beyond, and for a minute she wonders if they also block the light pole. But it's just not there. She walks the road for a bit in either direction, slowly at first and then more frantically. "It has to be here," she screams in her head. "Streetlights don't just disappear. Am I going mad?" She wonders at this, but she already knows that answer. This is her opportunity, her shot at breaking this obsession, if only she can find the light pole. It occurs to her that someone else could have reported it, and perhaps the light wasn't replaced, but the whole pole was removed. That it was an unnatural thing, not of this earth, and it needed to be excised like the cancer it was. This makes sense to her, more rational than any other thought she's had in recent memory. It's almost as if the blue fog on her brain clears with this thought, no, realization. In this brief moment of relief that she feels, as she turns to walk back to her car, she catches the last rays of sunlight as dusk pulls the sun low and the sky fades into the hints of purple twilight. In the distance, at the top of the far hill, the white of the streetlight there appears. Behind her at the top of the other hill, she can see another streetlight flare into existence as well. And then, here at the bottom of the hill where she stands, the subtle blues of the growing evening suddenly bloom in the surreal, intense blue of the streetlight. It is there once more, high up, shining eerily down, as it has always been. "No!" she screams out loud, though of course there is no one near enough to hear. "Just go," she tells herself. "Leave the car, turn and walk away. No, run! Now, run!" But she does none of these things. Instead, as her fear and frustration intensify and then fade away, she takes slow, measured steps toward the eerie blue cone of light. The light is peace, serene and comforting in a way that nothing else has ever been. In that moment before she is completely lost, she can feel the pulse of the light in her bones. She is conscious still, though barely, and she senses others standing here with her. Shadowy forms, all stationary, staring up at the light, lost in the light. She knows deep down that each one feels the same thrumming pulse as she does. She also knows they have been here for a very long time. As will she. It is home now. It is a finality that is both welcome and terrible. In her last brush with lucidity, she sees a series of cracks below each of the shadowy figures, as if they've each left their mark on the pavement for where they've finally come to stand. There are no shadows, just cracks beneath their feet. Like spider webs, the cracks spread out in thin lines, connecting each spot with the others. And there are so many others now, spread out in an impossible number, all standing together and basking in the strange blue light. No longer conscious, she stops in a spot at the edge of the cracks. This is her spot, her little piece of the puzzle. There are no trees here, no nearby houses, no road, only blue. An endless plain of blue, and she has now extended its vastness just a little bit more.
Edge of the Forgotten is a Pale Matter podcast distributed by the Realm Podcast Network. Our theme music was created by composer Jimmy Svensson and is available for purchase. See the episode description for more details. If you like what you've heard today, we encourage you to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your preferred podcast app, and please share this show. This helps us grow our audience, which in turn helps us produce more episodes. For more detailed information about Edge of the Forgotten, credits for this particular episode, or the production team behind this series, please visit our website at www.palematter.com or see the episode description to find out how to listen to our shows, follow us on social media, or connect with us on Discord. For a deeper dive into Edge of the Forgotten, check out our Patreon, where we offer insights and supporting information, physical and digital props, bonus episodes and recordings, and other assets that expand the story in a variety of ways. Thank you for listening.